Anik, if you don't know me already. It's going to be a really lovely class today. It's very, very slow. So today's theme is yoga for digestion. I have my props already here. If you're interested, you can grab some pillows as well. I do have a thicker pillow underneath that is usually meant for meditation, and then, a normal bed pillow that I have on top, because we will be doing a child's pose with pillows underneath, which is super yummy and delicious, and it's like the most meditative place I could be in personally. And then I always like to start off the classes by reminding you that you can always start off by putting essential oils on your wrists and behind your ears. So today I chose citron in French, lemon. So I'll be placing some lemon on my wrist and then just behind the ears. And then you can always place a little bit on the forehead. Yeah, just starts the vibe off right. And then I feel like there was one more thing I was trying to remember as we get started. But I'll let that come up when I remember. Yes, this is the case. So at the end of the class, the beginning and the end, we will be doing pranayama practices, which is breathing practices. So if you like that, feel free to join. If you don't have to. And at any moment at all, if you feel uncomfortable, you can always just go back to child's pose, which is just being on your knees. Option to have your knees together or wide apart, and then walking your hands overhead and then dropping the forehead onto the floor. So that's always an option whenever you're not loving the posture or the practice that we're doing. And you can get as comfy as possible. If you have sweaters, anything warm to keep you just warm enough, considering we're not going to move too much today. And I am in Montreal, so it is getting cooler throughout the days. But we will get started. And we will start on our knees. We're going to place our right hand under our right hip. And it's a bit funky. Once you do that, open your chest. Inhale, reach the left arm overhead and reach for that right ear. Exhale, slowly allow for a tug. Just allowing the weight of the arm to pull the neck ever so slightly. And feel free to close down the eyes when you're ready. Inhale, extend the arm all the way up. Gaze directly or diagonally towards the right. And then grab the back of the head. Pull the head ever so slightly so the chin goes towards the chest. And we do the same thing, taking a few deep breaths here, closing the eyes down when you're ready. And once again, just allowing the weight of the arm to pull our heads. We're not forcefully pulling anything. I like to do around 5 breaths for each one, and you'll notice a difference just by a slight change of angle for your head. Inhale, release. And we're going to go to the other side. So placing left hand under the hip, extending the right arm overhead, grab the left ear. And exhale, slowly allow for that head to tilt to the right. And then slowly closing down the eyes. And you'll notice the difference between placing that hand under your hip versus not. When you place it under the hip, it's kind of trapped and it pulls on the shoulder. So you're creating this stretch from the shoulder all the way to the ear. Let's do one more breath. Inhale, reach your arm overhead. Do the same thing. So we're going to tuck. Maybe I did the wrong side. So we're going to do the hand to the back of the head, then tuck the chin in towards the chest. And same thing, you can close down the eyes. I got a little confused on my sides just now. And this is perfect for those who put a lot of tension in their necks, like sitting at a desk all day and having to stare at computers. So the more you allow that shoulder to relax, the better. And inhale, extend the arm, lower the arm all the way down. And I'm just going to move sideways so you guys can see as we do the next section. Place your hands on your knees. Inhale, open the chest, lift the chin up. Exhale, round the back. Gaze towards your belly button if you can. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, round the back. So this is a seated or kneeled cat-cow. And go as slow or as fast as you would like to go. Really connecting the breath with the movement. And as today's class is focused on digestion, it's best that you allow your breath to be as natural as possible throughout the process. Let's keep going, just a few more. And now we're going to start creating circles with the spine, circling towards the left. Kind of incorporating the cat-cows that we just did. So when you open the chest forward, you're arching your spine, and then when you round your back, you're kind of moving towards the other side. Inhale, opening the chest. Exhale, rounding the back. Let's do one more before we change directions. And to the other side. I already feel the difference with this side. I guess my lower spine was a little tight today. But allow yourself to take up space. You can even use your arms. Like that. And let's do two more on our own, incorporating any extra movements that you'd like to add. Perfect. Bring your spine back to center. We're going to curl the toes underneath. Bring the knees together. Place the hands on the thighs. Tuck the chin ever so slightly towards the chest. You can either lower the gaze or close the eyes completely. We're just going to do this toe stretch. Starting out still. Allowing for the shoulders to really lower down away from the ears. And at any moment, if this stretch is too intense, you can place your hands on the floor, lift your feet, tap the tops of your toes, and then come right back into it. And what we're doing is we're stimulating the hormones and the digestive system, the lymphatic system as well, the nervous system. It's all interconnected. Perfect. From here, we're just going to do a quick wrist circle. So clasp your fingers together like this, and you're going to create an infinity sign with the hands. Or creating a number 8. And you're just allowing for those wrists to move as freely as possible. And then flip the palms forward. Round your back as much as you can. Tuck your chin in. And inhale, open the chest. Reach the arms overhead. And exhale to the right. Yeah, my back definitely cracked there. Inhale, reach towards the ceiling, open the chest. Exhale, bend your right elbow, fold even more towards the side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the other side, reaching with the right arm as much as you can. And inhale, open the chest. Exhale, bending the left elbow even more. Maybe you can place the elbow completely on the floor. And come back up. Sweet. We're going to come up onto our feet. So you can make sure to keep the heels on the floor. However, men especially have a hard time at lowering the heels. If that's the case, lift the heels if that's what you need. But if you are able to keep the heels on the floor, please do so. We're going to create a squat like this, placing the elbows on the insides of the knees, hands in prayer in front of the chest. And then you're going to push the knees outwards with your elbows and engage the glutes. Lift up maybe 2-3 inches away from actually allowing your hips to fully lower down. So if I wasn't engaging my muscles, I'd be like this. But I'm engaging my glutes, my legs, my back, my neck, including my neck, and a little tiny bit of my abs. So you can either lower the gaze or close the eyes. And at any moment, if you would like more support, you can place a pillow underneath and do that instead. We're going to do it for a few breaths. Keep pushing those knees outwards. Opening the chest, not allowing for your back to round. If you have it without the pillow, lift your hips even higher up. I know you can do it. And then if you don't have a pillow, do place a pillow now underneath, or you can lower down all the way onto the floor. We're going to place our left hand over to the side, reach the right arm overhead. Same thing like we did with the side bends. You can either stay there or reach for a bind behind your left leg. So hands connect, and then you open the chest to gaze up towards the ceiling. Keep those knees pushed out towards the side, so don't let your knees fall inwards. Keep them open. Extend the spine. And keep breathing. Inhale, extend both arms. Exhale, other side. Right hand touches the floor. Left arm reaches overhead. Option to stay there or reach for that bind. Reaching both hands behind your leg, behind your back. Clasping the hands together. And then extending the spine all the way up as much as you can. And then opening the left shoulder. Keep breathing deeply. Maybe smile if it's uncomfortable. It's all about mindset here. How do you approach things? And remember, keep opening those knees outwards. And release. From here, we're going to extend the legs out completely. And we're going to move that prop out from underneath. So we're extending the legs out completely in front. Go ahead, move them around. And then from here, I want you to intentionally bend your knees as much as you can, right? So from here, bending our knees as much as we can, we're going to fold forward and just allow for your head to drop towards the mat. So once again, you can use a prop under the pillow or under your head. For example, I'm going to place both pillows underneath, like that. My knees are as bent as possible. And then I'm going to fold all the way down. So it's a super, super relaxed Paschimottanasana, how we would say in Sanskrit. And what we realize or what we think about when we're in forward folds, especially in forward folds, is bringing attention to the belly. Because usually that's where all of our emotions go on forward folds or in your hips. And we're trying to focus on emotions, on what the body is telling us, instead of injuries or what muscles are being stimulated. We're focused on the emotional, the digestive. Go ahead, walk yourself up to seated again. This time we are going to cross our legs and then fold forward with our pillows. So when you're ready, folding all the way down. We're just going to do 2 more breaths and then move to the other side. Inhale, walk yourself up. And what I mean by other side is just if your right leg was in front of your left, change legs, bring your pillows right in front, or no pillows, no props if you don't want. And same thing, but this time lower down onto the opposite ear. Inhale, come back up. And we'll be switching positions completely. As you can see, that was such a relaxing posture that I'm almost falling asleep here. But the next one, we're going to be on the wall. And if you don't want to use the wall, you don't have to. What we're going to do is be placing our hips on a prop, so on a pillow, just below the hips, and then extending the feet all the way up. I like to cross my legs, or else my legs like always fall down the wall. Like it's just like, you know? So I like to cross them and it keeps them there for longer. You're welcome to keep your hands by your sides. Maybe you move one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, and stay there and allow the breath to move into the hands, almost like the hands are absorbing anything that no longer serves you. If you have a lot of energy right now, you can always place those arms overhead instead. And just allowing for that blood to circulate all the way towards the head. If you have your legs crossed like me, go ahead and change sides. Place the other leg on top. We'll stay here for a couple more breaths. From here, we're going to keep the legs up the wall. However, if you can, scoot your bum closer because we'll be doing a wide straddle or a wide leg um, stretch. So just allowing for those feet to move out to the sides, almost like a middle split, but on the wall. And from here, we're going to stay. It's your option to keep those hands on the belly and the heart, hands by your sides or arms overhead. Those are always optional to use, different variations. And if this is really easy and your middle splits is already in your practice, you can always place like ankle weights on your ankles to go a little further, or to place blocks between the wall and your legs. Slowly start to bring those knees back to center. Bend your knees, wrap your arms around, and just take a moment to pull your knees in towards your chest. And back up. Go ahead and take the pillow out from underneath and grab your big toes, or grabbing the outsides of the feet and just rocking side to side. Maybe extending one leg out and then the other. Maybe both at the same time. Just allowing for this posture to be playful and fun and lighthearted. And then we'll be scooting ourselves onto the long side of the mat so that we can place a pillow under our back, and then the soles of the feet together, knees splayed out to the sides. I like to keep my arms by my sides here, or you can place your hands on your chest and your belly or overhead, as I've mentioned. And just closing down the eyes. At any point, if you would actually rather for the hips to open more rather than the heart, you can just scoot that pillow under your hips instead. This is one of the most relaxing postures, one of my favorites to always go to. And it targets almost all the chakras at the same time. So the more you're aware or in tune with your body, the more you'll realize where your energy is either flowing the best or being stopped. So if this feels really scary, like this posture feels very vulnerable, it might mean that your heart chakra is closed, or your throat. Mostly any of the chakras kind of in the middle of the body is what are being played out the most in this posture. Really allow for the air to come in through the nostrils. Observe how it flows through your throat, your chest, down to the pit of your stomach, almost as if it was going towards like your genitals, and then all the way back up towards the crown of the head. And then the more you breathe, the deeper you breathe, the longer you breathe, the more you'll feel that oxygen flow throughout all of your limbs. And eventually your aura or your energy is elevated and you literally feel like you're sparkling. Slowly start to open the eyes if your eyes are closed. Bring your knees together. And we'll be pushing our prop out to the side and kind of doing the same thing where we're laying on our backs. This time, widen your stance. So feet on the floor and then toes in, heels out. Bring the knees in towards each other. If they are like this, it's not going to work. You have to bring the feet close enough where the knees will touch and kind of lean on each other. And then you're welcome to lower your gaze or close down the eyes again. And this one is amazing for the lower spine. The more I personally focus on relaxing my back, the more I feel like my spine cracks, or I can literally feel how it's like being elongated. It's amazing. So I fully suggest bringing your attention to the lower spine and the hips. And that would be like the most relaxed part of your body versus the rest is kind of there to support that part of the body to relax. And some tips to tap in or to feel more grounded during these postures is to scan the body from the top of the head down to the toes. And what I mean by that is relaxing the forehead, relaxing the eyebrows, allowing for the eyes to be heavy in the skull. Allowing the air that's coming out of your nostrils to flow freely, to feel the sensation of the air right on top of the upper lip. To part the teeth, so relaxing the jaws, separating the teeth from each other. Separating the tongue from the roof of the mouth, and so on, from the top of your head down to the toes. Let's take one more deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and stick your tongue out. Exhale really loudly, like this. We're going to do that 3 times in total. Inhale through the nose. Stick your tongue out. Inhale. Last time. As much as you can, exhale it out. Go ahead and open your eyes when you're ready. And let's push ourselves up onto our elbows. And just window wash our legs from one side to the other. The knees just falling just from one side to the other side. And then we're going to find fetus pose, allowing ourselves to roll over to the left side, using our arm as a pillow. You're welcome to close down the eyes. And this one is amazing because this is actually how you should sleep on your side during the night. It should never be on the right side, especially if you ate kind of close to your bedtime. Sleeping on your left side helps with digestion, for it to move a little faster. And once again, returning back to the breath as it's coming in and out of the nose. And when you're ready, let's push ourselves all the way up to seated. Using our hands to support us. And then cross your legs to come up. And we're going to do some pranayama, as I mentioned, right before we close. So now is the time to sit all the way straight as much as you can. We'll be placing the pointer finger, or option to put pointer finger or middle finger on your forehead. The thumb and the ring finger are going to be the ones that close your nostril. So I'll actually sit closer to the camera so you guys can see. But this is how it's done. So you have the fingers like this. You're going to place either first or second or third finger there. And you're going to close the right nostril here. So inhale through the left nostril. Close the left nostril, open the right. Exhale. Inhale through the right. Exhale out the left. Inhale through the left. Exhale. And we'll continue that way. So keep going. If you're noticing a blockage in your nostril, just keep going. It's okay. We'll keep going for a few more breaths. So allow yourself to enter this trance or enter this abyss, wherever this breathing is taking you mentally. Just one more on your own. Slowly lower your hand down towards your knee. Keep your eyes closed if you can. And just observe the sensation after this practice. Keep your eyes closed, and if you can, bring your hands in prayer in front of your chest. The light in me honors and sees that same light in you because we are the same. Thank you for showing up for yourself and for practicing with me. Namaste. That's it. I hope you completely enjoyed. It was really small, really different from what I'm used to giving. So you can always save this, come back to it when you want. You can share with all your friends. I do want to mention in the past we used music and it just caused technical difficulties for us. So if you do want to have music, you don't want the silence, you can always add music in the background when you practice with me. But that's it for now. I'll see you guys next week, and I appreciate Gentle Stretching for having me here always. If once again, if you want to see something in particular, more flexibility, just anything in general, the comment section is always open to you guys. And we want to be as inclusive as possible with these classes. So if you feel like we should cover something in particular, please tell me. And once again, my name is Anik. So once again, we practice here every week. So ciao, till next time.